Good morning. Just got this new welding helmet. It's the Esau A50. 1%, come on. I have to put a winch on this. Gotta keep it legal, right? Let's get started. Good morning, everyone. I have to put a winch on this. I'll feel a lot better once the winch is on. Got this winch mounting plate from Harbor Freight. It's just so nice because it's a strong piece of channel. It's got the bolt pattern for the winch I'm going to use from last year's challenge. It just makes it so much easier. It's like 40 bucks. I couldn't fabricate all that and drill all those holes. I mean, that'd take me hours and $50 worth of scrap metal to do it. So it's hard to go wrong with their base mounting plate. Get the camera set up on a tripod and mock this thing up, see what it looks like. I used this winch on the previous Clawhammer challenge. This is the one that was mounted to the courier, and I took it off before I gave the courier away. You know, it's no worn winch, but it fits the budget of Clawhammer challenge. Plans to trim this bumper as high as I can, cut an opening for the winch, and then put it back just for I don't know, presentation, make it look cool. Gotta keep it legal, right? Gotta have a front bumper. I think the plan's gonna be just get it tack welded up like that, and then I'll build some triangular kind of gusset reinforcements on the bottom. Then I'll trim the grill to fit the winch, and then I'll trim the bumper to fit over the whole thing. Wire it up and call it good. Just got this new welding helmet, the Esau A50. Ian Johnson was kind enough to send this to me, and it's awesome. I was having a lot of issues with visibility welding, and this thing has been great so far. I know Esau just came out with an A60. It'd be cool to try that. Ian says that one's even better, but I'm pretty stoked on this one. I think you can see what I mean when I talk about the value of this winch plate, just buying it. I didn't have to make anything. I literally just held it up there and welded it on. It's just too easy not to use. All right, I've marked the bumper. I held it up and just crudely marked out some openings that I think I need to get started. So I'm gonna take a cutoff wheel and chop it off. Found some old tabs in my scrap bin, just kind of squared them up at a 90. I'm going to put these underneath and weld them to the plate and to the frame to give it more support. But I also need to trim just a little bit more off the bumper bracket, so get all that going right now. Got to wire up the winch, so I'm going to put some kind of, I don't know, lug style battery terminals on it. Test the winch, make sure it works. I think I'm going to add a reinforcement to the winch plate. I can feel it flex, and there's no way I want to lift a 6,000 pound truck up with all that. So this whole center section of the winch plate's unsupported between frame rails. I think I'm going to try and grab the frame here, maybe come out in a V and then go back with some sort of, I don't know, scrap material I got over here in the garbage pile. Let's get started. Winch is all wired up. The factory battery clamps were the kind of wraparound pinch style. So I just flattened them out, drilled the hole bigger in each one, positive and negative, and then put these little top stud style terminals on that let me attach the winch cables and the truck cables. The winch comes with this parallel circuit breaker arrangement. So I think it's like, I don't know if these are 20s or what, but you know, add up all the amps and there's your circuit breaker through these little aluminum bus bars. So that's all wired up. Winch works. So we'll check that off the list. Like I said, I still need to reinforce that winch mount. I'll do that later. Probably wait for the weather to break a little bit. You saw in the time lapse, I put a new air filter clamp on. The factory one was rusted and broke in half as soon as I opened it the first time. So put on one of those, added a bottle of Marvel Mystery Oil. I really like that stuff. I feel like it's a good solvent to put in an engine that's got a lot of miles and maybe has some buildup, and help kind of clean it out. My wife's Cherokee, when we got it, had a really bad oil consumption problem. And I was using 2 bottles of Marvel in it every time I would change the oil. And I did that for probably, I don't know, 4 oil changes or something like that. Had a lot of sludge in the oil cap and just looked like garbage. And so did that for about 4 oil changes, and now I just run Mobil 1 synthetic in it. And it seems to leak less oil. It seems to burn less oil. So yeah, I just think that Marvel is good stuff to loosen up old gunky engines. I think since I got some tools out and I'm doing greasy stuff, I'm gonna look at the power steering pressure hose. I know that's been leaking. It's pretty much the only leak under the truck, although it has developed a coolant leak now from, it looks like, the bottom tank of the radiator. But I'll probably just ignore that. Let's dive into that power steering hose.